Good morning. It is Tuesday. I apologize for yesterday for those who didn't get the memo. There was no meditation. So like I said, some days that happens. I usually don't take off when it's a 3-day weekend. It doesn't matter if it's Monday, we go. I was out of town, didn't have a quiet space to lead. So that's why I had to cancel it. So with that being said, let's close our eyes on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Going to take a deep inhale through your nostrils, imagining a white crystalline tube lighting up inside the center of our bodies or surrounding us on the outside. Exhale, pushing that tube out the base of your spine, going through the grass, the dirt, the rock, the clay, the crystal waters, all the way down to her fiery core. And inhale. Exhale, pushing that energy back down. On your next inhale, picture that tube going out the top of your head. We're going through the clouds, the stars, the galaxies, all the way up until you reach the spiritual world, whatever that looks like for you. Exhale, pulling that energy back down.
Recording in progress.
Wow. I don't know if you guys just heard recording in progress. It just started and I hit that 2 minutes ago. So I apologize, but weird things happen when you work with spirit. Okay. So that tube centering us to Mother Earth, connecting us to Father Sky. Just breathing normally now, in through our nose and out through our mouth. Do it however makes you comfortable. In your nose, out your nose, in your mouth, out of your mouth. Breathe however you feel comfortably. This is where we clear our minds. Don't think about breakfast. Don't think about work. Don't think about your day. Just think about this tube. Think about this space. Relax your body. Do a little neck roll if you have to. Stretch it out if you have to. Relax your body. Release your ego. What does that mean? Don't judge anything in this space. What you hear, what you see, what you feel. This is what happens during meditation. All the questions that you have been asking God, the answers come through in this space. There's no wrong. There's no right. It just is. Release your ego. Your ego wants to judge. Ego wants to be right. Ego needs to be right. Ego will go out of the way to prove to others that they are wrong and ego is right. Ego will stay up at night, angry, frustrated, scared about any and all circumstances. Ego wants us to be in fear. Ego wants control. Ego does not care if we're wrong. They will fight to prove they are right. Higher self understands your space and others' space. Higher self can listen and disagree, but not argue. Higher self can honor and respect others' spaces. That means their opinions, their choices, their life. Ego wants to be involved in everything. Higher self knows not to do that. Ego wants to give their 2 cents to everyone. Higher self knows how precious our 2 cents are and hold on to them. Ego wants to give their opinion on everything. Higher self knows that it's not going to truly matter. Ego wants to change people. Higher self honors others' journeys and where they are in their path. Ego cannot be wrong. Higher self can look and see other perspectives. Higher self is able to integrate information. Higher self can still decide, that's not for me, but I will honor and respect that choice for someone else. Ego cannot stand being wrong. Ego cannot stand when other people do not see their point of view. Ego will go out of their way to prove that they are right. When you are going throughout your day, your thoughts, your words, your choices, take that pause. Who is leading? Is it your ego or your higher self? Of course, we're going to make choices letting our ego lead. It is a part of us. It has to be. We must know light and dark within ourselves. Ego is not bad either. There's no good, there's no bad. Ego just is. And we are in control of both. Just recognize, my ego made that choice. I see where that has led me. I see what that has manifested.
Okay, I found this on the web for I see where that has led me. I see what that has manifested. Check it out.
Oh, Siri, I didn't even touch you. Here we go once again. Spirit is around us today. When you go throughout your day, just be aware. Be aware of your ego. Be aware of your higher self. Be aware of where your choices are coming from. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. 2 more times on your own. Slowly bring your awareness back to your fingers, your toes. If anybody wants to share, please unmute yourself and share. Remember when going into this space and thinking about ego and higher self, be very aware of the fact that both parts do need to exist inside of us. And where you will see your growth is when so we talk about triggers, right? So when somebody's doing something or acting some way and you feel some way about that. I remember I used to hate when people were like, it's a mirror. Somebody's triggering something inside of you. And I'd be like, no, I just don't like that. That person is just clearly annoying. You just don't see how annoying that person is. It has nothing to do with me. They're annoying. I never I would get so frustrated when people would tell me that, because I'd be like, no, that person's just annoying. It's not reflecting anything about me. But it truly does, because why? Why does that person, what they do and what they're doing? Sorry, I'm reading Jean's comment. Finding a video. Sorry, Jean. Okay, hold on. Sorry, we get distracted. Give me 1 second. So, your ego and watching. Oh, sorry, guys. I totally lost my thought. I should have read the. Anyway. Be aware, right? So when triggers, so when somebody is saying something or doing something and you notice it, but you're not triggered by it or you're not annoyed by it, that's where you see your growth, right? Like when you can see somebody and be like, oh, okay, I can, they're thinking that way, okay, but I can, so example, somebody commented, people who use Uber Eats is lazy, prove me wrong. So I was like, wow, that's a very, I can understand why you have that opinion. You are a single man, you don't have any kids. So of course you think a mom or a father or somebody who has 5 different practices and games and things like that, and they order Uber Eats. Well, he got mad because I called him a single man. That's his trigger. This guy's upset that he's not married and doesn't have kids yet, right? So completely went off. I said, okay. He said that he put the definition of lazy. He's like, Kim, this is by you are lazy. I go, okay. I didn't argue. I just simply said, that's your opinion, that's your perspective because you're a single man. But coming from a perspective of a mom, I don't think people who use Uber Eats is lazy. I think it's a wonderful modern convenience. I've been at home sick with the kid and wanted coffee so fucking bad, couldn't go. So I Uber Eats Starbucks. Yeah, it was a little ridiculous, but I was very thankful for that. Am I lazy? No. He was like, kept going on and on. I just wrote, okay. Okay. Did you ever hear that story? Don't argue with a donkey too. I don't know if you guys ever heard that story, but it's a good analogy. Story about a donkey. Don't argue with the donkey. If somebody tells you the sky is blue or the sky is green, okay. You think the sky is green? Yeah. Okay. That's their perspective. That's how they see the world. Don't argue with the donkey. Okay, fine. The sky is green. Your ego needs to prove to that donkey, no, the sky is blue. The sky, how do you not see the sky is blue? Like, it's obvious the sky is blue. Their perspective, their life, their journey, where they've been in, they're going to think that the sky is green. Your higher self will just be like, oh, why do you think the sky is green? You think the sky is green is because da 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 da. Okay, I see that. I can see why that single man thinks that Uber Eats is for lazy people. Okay, cool. Okay, sure. Fine. That's great. Why argue, right? He thinks that people who use Uber Eats is lazy. Okay. And I just stopped arguing. So that's like, just don't argue. You know what I mean? So throughout your day, notice, am I arguing with this person because my ego wants them to be right? My ego needs to prove to them that they are wrong. Why? Why am I arguing with this person? Why am I having this conversation? Is it my ego? Or what is it? Or is it like, no, I need to just think about that though. It's like, why am I arguing with this person? Why am I putting my energy here? Why is it my ego or is it my higher self? Just start asking. So we'll do that throughout the day. And then let's see. Mirroring had issues. My mom don't argue with the drunk. Yeah, I don't know. When I was drunk, I used to argue with everybody. I don't know why. I don't know why. I would think I was so smart when I was drunkest, I was the smartest. Did anybody want to add anything? Did anything happen over the weekend that you want to discuss? Did anything come up? I
Well,
clean.
I've just left an egotistical relationship. I just left a narcissist there after 13 years.
Wow.
But I'm trying to do it with compassion and kindness, and I'm a different person to what I used to be when I first met him, you know. So that advice is good.
And make sure that forgiveness and compassion and all that, you're giving it to yourself first and foremost. Yeah. Yeah, leaving a narcissistic relationship is not easy.
Mhm.
I've had to. I still, and then when you still have to deal, are there kids?
No, I don't have kids. He has 3 daughters, but they're all grew up.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say when there's kids, it makes the dynamic a little bit more difficult, but you're doing it and you're killing it. Look at you wearing that red, pulling in that root chakra, starting a new foundation, build, you know what I mean? You're like starting from
Yeah.
the beginning. You can't see my hair, but I just dyed it red because that's the chakra that I'm now focusing on. My hair was purple and blue for many years because I was focusing on my crown chakra, my third eye, and opening all that up. So I'm like, okay, now let's focus on the money. Let's focus on the foundation. So the fact that you're wearing red, your guides are like pulling that shit in for you. I love it. I
Funny
love.
enough, my throat chakra was always unbalanced, and I find myself wearing navy all the time. And now I realize why. But throat chakra is very strong now. But I
Good.
think it's because I'm away from him as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, you have no voice when you're with the narcissist. You're all
Yeah.
you are always wrong. And they will talk to their blue in the face to prove you wrong. Narcissists are
Uh-huh.
all ego. All ego.
Yeah.
And I was too. Like I talk about healing from a narcissist. I've also been the narcissist because that's possible too. You know what I mean? And trust me, I did my damage like a little tornado. So
Well, I try and tell myself, because I read an article there that says it's caused by trauma in childhood. And me and him had a similar childhood, which is what drew us together. So
yeah,
I obviously healed in a different way to him, if you know what I mean. So I must have been passive and he went aggressive.
yeah,
So, you know what I mean? I played small and he made himself bigger.
yeah. Your
Hmm.
awareness is beautiful.
What was that?
Your awareness is beautiful.
Oh, oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's awesome. I can feel your sacral chakra, your power, the way you're speaking is fantastic, amazing,
Well,
beautiful.
do you know what? I think I've only really come into my own lately, just since I've got away.
Yeah,
But you know, I've been into spiritual work from I was about 15, and but lately I can just really feel myself growing this last couple of months.
yeah. Do you know I call
Hmm.
myself 4.5? I got sober 4.5 years ago. And
Hmm.
what I learned in rehab is when you start drinking heavily the way I did, your brain stops developing. So
Yeah.
technically, 16, my brain stopped developing, which makes sense when you think about the choices that I was making. My frontal,
Hmm.
the dangerous choices, not realizing my consequences, just jumping into things like a teenager does. Like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
think about the consequences or what's going to happen. So
If,
yeah,
if you
if
follow them,
you're brand new, you are.
yeah. Yeah, if you follow the medical medium, it would actually scare you what it would tell you about alcohol. Ethyl alcohol, the ethyl in the alcohol destroys your brain.
Hmm.
And that's why, not only that, then you're pulling in also negative vibes. That's why people start rioting with the alcohol in them or starting to fight because
Yeah.
you're pulling in darker entities or
Yeah.
darker negative vibes.
Yep. And that's why people ask me if I'm worried about, what I see when I do spiritual work. And I go, mm-mm.
Mhm.
I lived in the dark for a long time. I live in the light now. So I'm never scared of seeing dark things, dark entities, they just don't exist in my world. They
Hmm.
don't, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, your light's stronger.
Yes, I love it. Welcome. I love having you here. We love having you
Oh, good.
across the pond. We are an international. You guys make us an international meditation group, so that's it. That's awesome. I love it. Well, welcome. Anybody else have anything to share? Everybody just wants to sit in this beautiful space. That's good too. Oh, well, Christine, welcome. And everybody else,
Thank you.
thank you. Have a great Tuesday. And yeah, everybody else is leading this week. So you'll get everybody to lead this week. It's going to be a great week. So tomorrow is, I believe, Karina, and then
Okay.
Caroline, and then Melinda. So that'll be the lineup this week. All right, guys. We'll see
Yep.
you tomorrow. Have a great day,
All
guys.
the best. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.